a difficult scenario, difficult situation, how the consultant has handled and how the seniors are stumped by him. So it's a cricketing rule. You can't bowl a bouncer or a yorker, right? You have to bowl a simple ball.
Simple, yes, sir. Sab kuch. Thank you, Roshan.
And before the fast ball is bowled, you remember the next day you are with me, I am going to bowl you.
So I am here to present a case of recurrent knee dislocation. So a patient presented with instability of knee. Witness score was 9/9, grossly hyperlax female. Range of motion was full. Patella apprehension test was negative. Lackman anterior draw and posterior draw test were positive. So the patient never gave any proper history of trauma. So first time dislocated while dancing in 2019, which was reduced in a hospital in less than 4 hours. So second time dislocation was just at home with a stuck in the carpet. So there was no proper history and no history of proper trauma. And this time CP and palsy also happened, which recovered over a period of 6 months. The third and the fourth dislocation were reduced at home only by parents just by pulling the foot. This was the MRI on presentation. So diagnosis was recurrent knee dislocation with hyperlaxity, both ACL and PCL tear.
So will you show them the case?
Yeah.
This is bouncer.
So when I actually searched, if you type recurrent knee dislocation in Google, even they will show only recurrent patellar dislocation. So recurrent knee dislocation I actually could not find in the literature in Google also. Even the last result, which was 1181, even that was showing recurrent patellar dislocation only. So I could not find any such case, what to follow and how to deal with it, because recurrent knee dislocation was not in the literature. So hypermobility and knee injuries we all know, but patellar dislocation was only described in most of the literatures. So challenges in the case was first graft option, second was single stage or multi-stage, risk of tunnel convergence, and no literature, no guidelines for hyperlax individual who were recurrently dislocating the knee, which happened 4 times in just 1 year. So now this was the case.
Which professor you want to bowl this? Joshi sir?
Joshi sir.
The most experienced.
You want to bowl at your choice.
So
Guruji. So
Guruji means Anand.
Anand Joshi. So I would.
Robert, have you seen
how was
such
the
patients
first
in
time
Poland?
treatment? Because the question is, how was the treatment after the first dislocation?
Sir?
The treatment after the first dislocation.
The first dislocation was while dancing, and it was reduced in a hospital.
Yeah, but what was done after the first dislocation?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Just some splinters, and then she came back.
But you found out that ACL, PCL rupture?
No, I found out after the fourth dislocation.
Fourth dislocation?
Yeah.
Okay, after the first dislocation, there was any diagnostic done?
Nothing was done. She just went to a local hospital, and they reduced the patient under some anesthesia. That was the only history I got, but nobody actually advised MRI or no clinical diagnosis was made.
I think that could be the reason of the second, third and fourth dislocation, because after the first dislocation in this hyperlaxity was nothing done. And then any stabilization, that's my opinion. That maybe should be done something else after the first dislocation.
So some splinters was done, but only for a few days. She could walk, so it was removed. After second dislocation, CP and palsy happened, which recovered on its own on 6 months.
What about the collateral ligaments? They are intact, still intact?
Intact. In the MRI
Intact
also it was intact.
collateral.
I will show the clinical examination of the injured knee and the other knee also.
Okay, so other knee is
Yeah, this was the examination under anesthesia. This was the involved knee, you can just see. This is the mediolateral. Now the opposite limb, this is the opposite limb. So even the collaterals were same in the opposite limb also. Even if we see this limb, even the anterior drawer and posterior drawer were almost grade 2, even the opposite limb, but this was stable. So the questions again same. Let's come to the previous slide. Yeah. Now these things. How to proceed?
Any CT scan was done?
So CT scan was not done.
Any deformity of the condyles? Deformity of the femoral condyle or tibial plateau was there?
There was no deformity.
No
In
deformity.
MRI, there was no
Only-
deformity. Yeah. Yeah. The first was standing, she was walking, it was all aligned. So we didn't go into scanogram and all.
I think the X-ray that you have shown in the second dislocation,
Yeah.
this is,
I'll just.
if you go back to the picture, yes, this one. This is like your more or less KD4. This is more or less looking like
Yeah.
KD4, okay. It is not, this is looking like a KD4.
And without any proper history, just
No, if-
while walking, the knee was tangled in the carpet and this
Yes, yes.
happened.
Yeah, that means it is looking like a KD4.
Yeah,
That
looking like
means
that.
looking like a KD4. That means if you don't have even the proper standing scanogram, proper MRI, even if you just for the X-ray, if you describe this all two corners and the mere central two, all gone.
Yeah, if you
So
see
you have
this
to
X-ray,
go with the two central and two corner. This is my opinion.
okay.
And if it is 9 by 9 in your Byton score, then you have to reconstruct all four.
So the challenges, the graft, it starts with first graft option also, wall graft option, and it was done in 2020.
That time your peroneus was not in the market.
It just came, and CQT was not very popular. At least for me, it was not very popular. CQT, I think recently in past 2-3 years only we have started using very commonly. Peroneus just came 2 years back, and she is a little plump female. So hamstring will be very thin again.
Can we see the coronal views of the MRI
Yeah.
again?
These two films only I have in this.
Do you have the coronal views?
Okay. So I think ACL, PCL is gone, is it?
Yeah.
And medial lateral instability. Yes, Anthony.
Yeah,
Any
I would agree. I
options?
think this is an MLK4.
KD4.
Just looking at the previous radiographs, and that's why I'm interested to look at the coronal views of the MRI as well to appreciate injuries, potential injuries to the MCL and the LCL, because the fact that the patient had a common peroneal nerve palsy tells us that most likely the lateral collateral ligament has been torn as well. So that may be contributory to the fact that she's had 4 dislocations in that span of time. So I don't think it's a simple ACL and PCL injury.
Robert, you think it's very clear ACL, PCL or something much more than that?
Can you go to the X-ray? On the X-ray, there is the anterior tibia translation. That means the ACL would be much more important for this case, because there we have a risk of the popliteal artery injury.
Okay.
That's maybe not so typical. I would just go for the ACL, definitely ACL, PCL, and the posterolateral corner.
So this was second dislocation. After
And the
that,
first
she had
dislocation?
this was after only this dislocation X-ray she could show. So after this, third and fourth dislocation happened 6 months after this. So this was the second time dislocation. This was the only X-ray which was available with them. So now this is almost close to 7-8 months old, this X-ray.
So can you show us a recent X-ray after 4th dislocation?
Sir, X-ray, only MRI I have. Yeah.
Only MRI?
Yeah.
Okay, you don't have an X-ray.
I don't have an X-ray.
So any opinion, Osama?
Yeah, it's for sure ACL, PCL for me, and most probably posterolateral corner as well, because this type of dislocation is not going to happen only with an ACL, PCL. Most probably the collateral ligaments, at least one of them, the posterolateral corner, at least is completely gone. So I'll prepare myself for a graft for ACL, PCL, and posterolateral corner. And here is actually the challenge. If you don't have an allograft,
We didn't have allograft facility in 20.
Big game.
Even
So,
now we are struggling.
Yeah, hamstring both sides could be, and peroneus tendon as well.
Okay.
So I
the
think
plan-
all the professors are stumped now.
Yeah.
None of them have answer. So show us what you have done.
Yeah. So the plan was single stage arthroscopic ACL PCL reconstruction, and we planned if required we'll do modified Larsen procedure. This was the plan. So examination I have shown. This was the arthroscopic picture. I'll just quickly rush through it.
So you have done what? ACL only?
ACL and PCL both, and modified Larsen for
Modified Larsen.
Yeah. So if we have time, we can just wait, or I'll go to the next. This was totally empty. You can see. ACL, PCL were absent.
Was there any meniscal tear in there?
No, it was fine.
So it was a ACL, PCL and
ACL and PCL
Larsen type
yeah.
of reconstruction.
ACL and PCL were done. We used both side peroneus. So that time peroneus had come. It was both side peroneus we took. Peroneus had come very recently, and I think in 20s we were very much fascinated. If this patient would have come now, I would have used CQT for sure, because the lengthening thing, because soft tissue graft, the lengthening is lesser with CQT. BPTV I didn't want in this female because young female, and I didn't want to touch the BPT.
Yeah.
So 19 years. So if now I would have used CQT, but that time I used both side peroneus and did ACL and PCL reconstruction. So post ACL and PCL reconstruction, this was the stability. And then modified Larsen was done. This SEMITI was used, ipsilateral. This was the post-operative X-ray. Post-operative ablation, little slow we went because we were really scared. Because we told the patient that this might happen again because the hyperlax patient, and there were no proper guidelines how to tackle her. So no knee bending for 3 weeks. Slowly we started the knee bending, and after 6 months this was the clinical picture, and now it is almost going to be 5th year. She is still doing well. Didn't come back, so she must be well, because after 6 months she never came back. In our side patient, if something happens, they'll come back to you only, not to somebody else.
I have a question, but because the hyperlaxity is a genetic problem.
Yeah.
But if you make the reconstruction, with the time, the tissue will come back to the previous status.
Yeah.
How it looks now? How long is after the surgery now?
Now it is almost 5 years, but she's not in follow-up because she must be fine. She came till 6 months and she was doing well. So actually hyperlaxity is on the other side also, but she never dislocated. So we assume even if the hyperlaxity again comes back, because the ligaments will fall in place like the original one, but she is not dislocating on the opposite side, so we just hope she will not dislocate on this side also. 5 years over, keeping fingers crossed, and we explained before the surgery itself.
Hope she doesn't dislocate. Thank you very much, Neeraj. That was a wonderful case. We'll move on to the next case by Dr.